ya hwefo no ya dofo ye chechi a obi bia aha home TV pay attention dwumadie na wani guso na wo hwe ye ne da obi bia ase mama yema aboafo nkrato kakra bi na yembra so aboafo ebi ne ITS Pro Training Center ITS Pro Training Center offer services like CSCS card security licenses. Within 4 days now, account security badge. Phone number is 07904686944. And web media production. You offer services like photography, videos, wedding pictures, and wedding coverages and parties. Your phone number is 0744 8889490. My host Nana Amissah Ubuntu Bakope. My host Nana Amissah Ubuntu Bakope ena enmo ha yeba abeye pay attention jumedi. O pese oba jumedi so 079 56266 and 07960314868. Studio number no se o pese oba so a obetumi abasubi. Ene yene openi kasiye ewo Ghana owo media nemu ena yene ne babebo enkomoyi nidiane iron ewo Akina radio all the way to Bono East region 100.9 radio station all the way Bono East region Techieman iron o media nemu wakadre media nemu ankasa and then the yene babebo enkomoyi iron o tianga cut it.
Zero 4 68 6944 079 04 68 6944. Bomadiana Free in the ITS Pro Training Center. Address and the family where you are. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And to the fraying, Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Kasa. Training center we. Nasaki training center we. 2 years with some certificate. Now you're going to Juma. We are so for baby no for Canada was so my car. Would you pay money? Now can you say, would you 12 bros? I would tell him. And sign that man any ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me find it is pro. I just say, yeah, you're teaching Crawford, your mount SIA license. Now, but with your security, now they are compared you. Because said your net and Crawford, Eduma sign no one Eduma. Baby, I make from our ITS Pro Center. And what any better amount here? Not on account certificate. And the other thing as I was trying to catch up so near Eduma. ITS Pro Training Center. And your SIA near you. Yes, CSCS card so account. CSCS card so just 1 day training pep. Now we answer on Sabbath account health and safety certificate so. And do it why day. And if you are for a journey, I'm a training. Almost aqua shag master site. It's been a mega for what you wire day. And then you want to make a Bomadia Nefray. I was on a best way so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944. Bomadiana Free in the ITS Pro Training Center. Address and the family where you are. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And do the fraying. Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Kasa. Training Center we. Nasaki Training Center we.
Hello? Hello? Yes, sir. I'm a team in Clear. Yanko. Right. Nana, mame enchewa for anyway for anyway amo etie dwumadi kase yɛbɛ bibia akwaba ɛde home TV so Ghana Techieman aha ana mewa mekasa afri na mana Ghana de bɔkɔ Techieman so bɔkɔ ɛda adepache ɛdeɛ na yɛwɔ nkwamu de nim sɛ anidaso ho kakrakra Obi aje so baje so ai O sa okay so obi tie na opebi nkwa de na obetimi na obi a obetimi ade abena why not you betimi to be na obi de abra obi why so obi obi nkwa de yeah yeah no Techieman any nana confirm me yaw yes Techieman nana jima badu
doma mom yeah na me chief Techieman ho me nana no me papa sade ma me sade no e wono mu fi no mu tu bata tu kotena na ama na me nchi ayira sa me ensase o mu ja ho kra sa me omo afa
One waka kontum ti ya bra unchi
we program a ye pese ye hwe no ye Niger kuye ene France ne Italy prime minister no so ne French for so twa so say omo no mo export Africa no francophone country na nam so na nipa ba na eba onji immigration ni bi so on person obeji omo eno so ka ho na ye san hwe district level assembly election no na ya san hwe betting tax 10% aban so odi aba aye enchine so ye maga nti no we ye nin kan hwe business level assembly no na hwe betting no we na ye ko the other cases no nti no dey na o mai
right and more ahwefo no wati for akwaba bio Ghana for wa akwantum ebekaya eya na bobi do a etimi to aba na yeyi omo from assembly members no our electoral areas na by busumi ka crutch na the electoral commission yante so omo say by baso October tinay na wa twemu ti Wednesday okweda twemu na electoral commission for shame and or the two biasa say yeah district assembly election na be koso Ghana ha no yeah the 19th of December and yeah be district assembly elections no what me say na close to the Bono no pa na oden some two graduate obiebie nsem na ba ko a otache registration o say ebinimo na 18 years ebinimo ebia bibinti omo antimi register bia yare bi nso omo nso a ebia omo card ayira wasan so abia akwanya to ho a wa wo pese odi ekọ the electoral roll so wetimi ede ho hyem a busumi eba besimu ayet September yi the the 12th date of September to the 2nd day of October. And electoral commission SRBA registration no edema Ghana for wanna do and fear do okay. So metimi akotwe omudi na abato no do omotimi akoto abam. Na ma yini na enim no say open registration say aya na itaye
yeah, ote ya kayo. Ayo ote ya ka. Lion, what you can? Internet ni di ehwan bo kakra. Oh, ya mangana.
We are so for baby no for na so man hwa wo de bo pay man wo na kan hu say wo di otu abro so wo tan yem ensa anya aduma no enidi ITS Pro Center me de me fan 80s Pro ayese say bia ya ye titin krofo ye ma SIA license na betimi de euro security na wo de akopa aduma wo hwe say de na nkofo aduma sai na wo nya aduma ba bia me kan fama wo aye ITS Pro Center. And what any better amount here? Now on certificate. Eti adetina esa wo tena na aka chebe se wonya adwuma ye. ITS Pro Training Center no. Anya SIA nkwa na ye yo. Ye CSCS card so aka ho. CSCS card so no. Just one day training pep. Na wo wie so a unsa besa ka health and safety certificate so. Enti what why dey? Eti hwankrofo agira wi. Omo wie omo training. Omo akwakosha adwuma se wo site. Eti me nuan me kana fo. Moti wo ye den. Enne ya what me kan. Bomodia
Me ton kakra na ozo omo di omo card ayira na ho na me say o stop here.
Yeah, the can say over 2020 election no ho area ho no be kan Santo Kofi Apafu Lolobi those area no want me to about 2020 election. Obe kan generate a lot of heat and man but maybe akwanya ba say omo so betimi ato aba.
Yeah.
And to usher electoral areas no yes 6,272 across the country. Only two districts and are intimate to abano. This was district level assembly no intimate to in Kranza North and in Kranza South Bono East here. Ghana for the kaya more because of insecurity in Tokwasem ni pension kakra sore wo ho. Until 2019 ana year two assembly members abano. In Kranza South and Kranza North Etimianto. Number 2 omo no 2021. And number 2 omabano. So election district level election in Kranza South and Kranza North in the Bono East region omo to be. Number 2 omo 2025. So this is the issue abetoga with regards to electoral processes. And more amanone ebia unya Ghana card. If you come within September and October, maybe you get opportunities to betimi control the district office. That is the issue. But no complain me about say I didn't call the your polling stations. Now I'm getting closer to the people. Nemum was sending pa faka. E bi betimi faka be 2 hours class on work district capital.
Yeah.
Now you can imagine. So we could do have key we be ho. Nipa betimi atro the dimple. Na so ntimi antro no osaba ade echi so boka ekubi. So these are some of the factors among for ka ho asem senka isido ka ongo no but I think say isino are taking a standard way. So this is the situation and we move with regards to the district level assembly election now about 19 December 2023 our Ghana.
Na the entire ebi beto no December na ebi so beto no 2025.
Because also 2019 you two assembly members abano. That time no oba in Kranza South and Kranza North na pinche si ho ase basabasa kakra ba ho. Antina insecurity obotete information 1 2 na obotu abano 2019 address level assembly election 2019 and for security purpose enti omo ntimi anto enti omo be 2 obo de no 2021 enti omo 4-year mandate ni nyanso ye omo 4-year mandate ni be so 2025
ansa na omo ye
entina so that is why entina Kwanza North and South ntimi ento.
Okay, na Ghana card no se omo di 18 no omo afi di 18 omo nyina na enya Ghana card ni bia omo evidence omo betumi dey approve to electoral commission na omo register na government is omo say obi betuma bedi adanse ama say wo ye Ghana ne
yes
nipa no so oni Ghana card and so bia betuma akwakoye forward na aka say wo Ghana ne o.
Yeah, that is what the electoral commission, like I won't say electoral commission, no, at the CI, Eco PMO, Parliament, now come say, only the guarantor system, no, a free electoral process, no, you solely Ghana card.
Sir,
it could be when both minority and majority, no. As we speak now, National Identification Authority ain't me register Ghana for me now. And we shall say implement that law now. So they asked the EC to go back. No one guarantee system near there. And fanka now and stand on the parliament number jet. But the EC no press conference or now. The EC is bent on not changing the whole CI norm. They still stand saying they just want to remove the guarantee system. But because of say the CI need to immunity. They say they have that advantage. Say, we get me a guarantee amount na omode actual mudin about this electoral registration that cost we.
Not just say when you know now, not just say digitalization. No, the best for the country because. Absolutely.
Everybody will be I don't think say you have somebody in Ghana who is against the digitalization of the nation. No.
Because I know what way easy obi be guarantee am I know say ebo din papa a year ba finish get die see akoye dey say nkofo be alatafo na address betuma be wurewure mo abra so monya Ghana for and no so obi waji
say that is what the EC want to prevent. That is
almost speeding up in tantem na na ekọ no wa yem waye see ano amafo fifi Togo ni ade no ma be wurewure ma be register na mo ko school free wo mo contribute to ama no to mo speed up in tantem afi ye hwe tax nsame ya 10% tax ya aba IMP no asho na nso ehun nsam te say ayo te aka
yes card so aka CSCS card mention no just one day training pep na wo wie nso a unsa besa kan health and safety certificate so enti what why dey enti hwe nkrofo agira we omo wie mo training omo akwakwa sha adwuma se wo site enti me no me ganafo mo ti why dey enne ya what me kan bo mo dia na frey our sound numbers we so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944. Bomadiana Free in the ITS Pro Training Center. Address. And the found was you are bar. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And to the fraying. Na ya kaw kasa. Yes, out of kasa so. Training center we. Na sa training center we. To ya was some cast certificate. Now ya ko yi aduma. We are so probably no for a so man shall. Would you pay money? Now, can you say, would you 12 bros? I would tell him. And sign judgment any ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Maybe find it is pro. I just say, be a you're taking crop for your mount SIA license. Now, but with your security, now they are compared you.
Okay.
Oh, good. Sisiana, my person can be 10% tax or more to bet in Zoa. Akwakoye ho ye wo mine mo no I want something to say what if one will have on all your social media this 10% tax a bindia bano in fact ama de hoye abapa especially the youth when ubangana ha at least most of the youth baby let me say ade chia be do money chepa a betting centers. Wow. And it's very alarming here. And ade chi na youth na no say any edam phone so any and I say no say bet just so dwan here na say
ɛno either so bɛkɔ betting center ɔna so ɔno ne phone so obetumi ahyehyɛ on ne phone so ɛno ɛna aban ɛde betu gya sɛ deɛ ɔde tuo bɛto so ɛyɛ 10% ɔha mu nkyɛmu du nti sika bi a ɔde di bi afa ne sɛ bi a woto bet no na wodi bi 1000 fu sɛ ɔmo nti ase de nti aban sɛ wɔde ɛyɛ tax ɛsa bɛto ɔmo betting a ɔmo edidi kakrakra support ɔmo so and a section of the Ghanaians are politicians so assume one the National Democratic Congress, the youth wing of NDC are a youth organizer Ensasha lawyer Oparado
Tianka
Masi was site. It's been a for what you are then. And then you want to make a Bomodia Nefray. I was on number so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 Bomodia Nefray in the year ITS Pro Training Center address and the found somewhere you are bar. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And to the Fraying, Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Kasa. Training center we. Nasaki training center we. 2 years with some certificate. Now you're going to Juma. We are so for baby no for Kanas was one man. Would you pay money? Now, can we say, would do 12 bros? I would tell him. And sign that man any ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me, they find it is pro. I just say, be a ya teaching crop for your mount SIA license. Now, but with your security, now they are compared you. Because said your net and go for Eduma sign no win your Juma. Baby, I make from our ITS Pro Center. And what any better amount here? Not on Saka certificate. And the other thing as I was trying to catch up so near Juma. ITS Pro Training Center. And your SIA in Kwan you. Yes, CSCS card so I can't. CSCS card so just 1 day training pep. Now we answer on Sabasa account health and safety certificate so. And do it why day. If you can for a Jerry, I'm a training. Almost aqua shag master site. It's been a mega for what you wire day. And then you want to make a Bomodia Nefray. I was on number so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 Bombardiana Free in the year ITS Pro Training Center address and the found somewhere you are bar. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And to the Fraying, Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Kasa. Training Center we. Nasaki Training Center we. 2 years with some certificate. Now you're going to Juma. We are so for baby no for Kanas was one man. Would you pay money? Now, can we say, would do 12 bros? I would tell him. And sign that man any ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me, they find it is pro. I just say, be a ya teaching crop for your mount SIA license. Now, but with your security, now they are compared you. Because said your net and go for Eduma sign no win your Juma. Baby, I make come from our ITS Pro Center. And what any better amount here? Not on Saka certificate. And the other thing as I was trying to catch up so near Juma. ITS Pro Training Center. And yet, as I inquire you, yes, CSCS card so I can't. CSCS card so just 1 day training pep. Now we answer on Sabasa account health and safety certificate so. And do it why day. And if you go for a Jerry, I'm a training. Almost aqua shag master site. It's been a mega for what you wire day. And then you want to make a Bomodia Nefray. I was on number so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 Bomodia Nefray in the year ITS Pro Training Center address and the found somewhere you are bar. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And to the Fraying, Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Kasa. training center we na sa training center we tu ya we some cast certificate now they go yi adwuma we are so for baby no for na so man hwa wo de bo pay man wo na kan hu say wo di otu abro so wo tan yem ensa anya adwuma no enidi ITS Pro Center me dey me fan it is pro say bia ya titin crofo ya mount SIA license
etefo no ya dofo ye ne Iron Akina Radio all the way Bono East ena ye bo enkomo enso no the internet no ni mwa ye ma Ghana mu ense ni Ghana internet wa wo fa phone frɛ obi kura ya na on and off into no ye try say ye sabeka Iron ye sabeka na ye be cheaping na ya to adwumedie so but for now no na 10% tax aban de aba betting shop no na yeguso a ye kan asese ya no ho aye dendenden nanka Iron echire ye mu wo ye man Ghana na ye hu 10% tax no ye percent ka ye hu say nipa no edi a ogini sika na aban ete ne die ne free so na sesen na ye pese nka uchire mu chire na ye hu no a sisi internet no ye na ehwa no bet tax die etiefo no yadofo no na ye de chichire ye man Ghana tax die no na ye de chichire obi a bet aye je say ebibi man no tax no mpanifo no gi a na ebimu edi twom enum spileli nti obi tua na ye na ya no obi tua na ye na ya ntena de bia na say ye introduce tax bia na ko ye hoye no nka tax tua de nka ye aye oti anka
beto kafa
yeah internet no ya na I on and off but
mo check kakra mo mu Ghana so de nya kakra na ye kakra bi pe
yeah into to tax no so 10% tax no
and they know medical be to when say okay the entire man for the brain I show concern about this task no of late in your ICC or mine like Sicilia da Pansem Sikado do aye hu no ene Obershare Bank of Ghana 2022 loss or munyae 60.8 billion Ghana cedi loss at Bank of Ghana enya in the history of Ghana. So now okay who here bring away na Bank of Ghana $250 million or they could see the national headquarters. These are some of the concerns. And one thing among for second what I'm saying, NPP administration promised the good people of Ghana prior to 2016 election in their manifesto said they will be moving the country from taxation to production. But now no, they seem say they are doing otherwise. A two are buying with they ban a two no do because a buy okay say a buy be the news and taxes a big Ghana for some tea. Oba be ye free ho. Then you're removing the country from taxation to production. Not a need, they are even experiencing worse than that. And then I really concern among for air camp. Ghanaians know say yes, they are the tour and the but they are saying say we see more say the can say you can see we need 20 to Ghana for ya. They just want to see say their money is being utilized. Yes, their money is being utilized judiciously. That is the concern of Ghanaians. That is why I'm always say, oh, maybe a waji levy, sustainability, or the BAM, we never be but Ghanaians are paying. But when I have for you to know, it will fool as a omuka cry, and they are buying 10%. About so no more in the year. I buy some compensating. So it's back and forth, and also NBC. So they release Abase, they've run up a lot of picketing in the country if the government doesn't suspend or withdraw this 10% tax. Community organizer, lawyer, or Pariado, don't offend the public, and son says so. You be swear, say whether picketing, everybody so, against the 10% tax. So this. The issue also about this 10% tax of Ghana.
Now, tax no kwampo de me hu say no na ye dey your mind be antina da no na can say tax the there. some more tax there say mo make sure say nipa na mo tax no so na adwuma say a mo mama ne sika kakra de atwa aduane di na wow na oje tax na so obi adwuma say na say o man hwe so mfento aduane ndi a I don't think say it is right e kromo a ye wey ye tua 10 na ye a mo fe ne 10 ye tua ne san tua tax but adwuma say a ye mama dan ademu ukwa ye mama dan adem and we betuma kokora na ban ni dan a ye tumi ka say kwaje private na ye ntua bi nso so na ebi a bosome ebi a 320 pound ya de amount say ji fato aduane di oji adro free so wadwuma say oji adro free okwa hospital free ne ade but dey ntina Ghana na moji tax na mo mani pa na so na adwuma say a mo mani kakra mfento aduane ni.
Yes, a very good question, Wabisa. So these are some of the things that will plead to you, the diaspora, the Muslim in the and that have been the problem. Our Ghana has said, Ghana the BIA so you India the 20 year. And then BIA can was Ghanaian, yes, a 20 year Ghana food here. But at the end of the day, we put them on my even school dying collabed them so anything I must say people are being so concerned about the numerous taxes I deba. So people have started asking questions. Say the one you've already paid, what have you people, the leaders, done with it that you can demand for another one? So in nutshell, no, I think the Ghanaians are demanding for accountability of their tax. And these are some of the incentives I kind Ghana have been here. So when you're a banker to go to your car, no, you won't get it. And then we buy cash for a few and we to the committee.
Tax in there. And no one a banjia or dibitria a jumaefo eka ne other services hospital drone bibia no na bi na banjia but the main purpose is nipa ni tua tax and it's some percentage of tax ne dey to be busy nipa no tua no na adwuma say ya ono so the man no dey ato aduane di for some time but I know I have been there they will talk.
And then okay.
I say penifo na adwene ho because yes I sorry about 2,000 na me dem adwuma say ya na medie is my problem. It doesn't work like that. And the tax no na eye nipa no kotwa bet no a na odia na ejisika na wo so na say chire mu say na tie.
So nipa no twisika otwa bet no na odia. Say bia me first work what the 1,000 Ghana cedis ya. 1,000 Ghana cedis in Ghana be count so 900 be count so o mette dada na the rest no about the percentage free na o mo de akama
sana e krom ha nyina no to be honest with you krom ha nyina no udi lotto a o mo tax so enya Ghana nko a UK ha udi 1 million zanka 1 million ni a o mo e be tax so but the thing is utua tax no unya so mfaso wadwuma say they give you something to buy aduane baby abeda ndro hospital on be provide amanti eno na say abani di na ni hwe say we demand tax dey ya nipa no so adwuma say we be man something dey ato aduane dey better no happen na we be dey obeje madwuma say me dey me nkopɛ kwan ya me fa so me didi dey it doesn't work like that. Afi yehwe offense yenta France and Italy immigration and somewhere IMP no show no I am okay production mobile bombing sa offense France ne Italy prime minister no eja entrepreneur show impeno a omo ekon ayon ba na ye de no abaso na sisi ya internet no ha adwena nti wo bebo na etiefo a etie no mo hwe no ehun sa ntokwa na invite na ekoso no
maintain their status in the European Union by exploiting their former colonies. Let me read this to you. This is in German. I happen to speak German and French very well, so this will make the translation very easy. Let me read this to you. Frankreich kann seinen Status nur mit Ausbeutung der ehemaligen Kolonien halten, meaning France can only maintain her status in the EU by exploiting the former colonies. And this is a statement of fact. Right now, there is a big battle between the French and the Italians, simply because the Italians are accusing the French that their harsh and inhumane policies against the Africans is causing a lot of internal crisis in Africa. So many Africans or many young people in Africa are migrating through Libya, across the Mediterranean Sea into Italy. And there is this law in the EU foreign policy, in the EU refugee law that states that if a refugee steps into an EU zone or EU territory, the first country of his or her arrival is where he or she has to stay. So because Italy shares border with the Mediterranean Sea to Africa, meaning most of the people who are leaving Africa with boats, the first place they reach is Italy. Not France, not Germany, but Italy. So they are bound to stay in Italy. This means over 90% of the refugees that are coming into Europe first step their legs in Italy. So Italy is bound by this European refugee law to condole these refugees. But who are those causing this refugee crisis? These are the French. Because when they go to Africa, they exploit the people. Those people are left in abject poverty. Most of the youths fleeing away from Africa are running for a search of a better life in Europe. And they fall into Italy. And now Italy has to be spending a lot of money to manage these people. Meanwhile, the French are refusing to receive some of these people. So over 90% of the refugees that are coming into Europe are stepping their legs in Italy. France is saying, no, that's your problem, we don't care. But France is the one causing this refugee crisis. So the Italians are saying, this is nonsense, this cannot continue. Something has to change. And now, look at what is happening. The Americans are always looking to protect their interest. After blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline that was supplying gas to Europe, the Americans are hoping that their business of the LNG gas is going to boom because they are going to be the main supplier of gas energy to Europe. Knowing that the Europeans are trying to build a pipeline through Niger, that will be an alternative. This means this is going to be like a competition to the American energy supply, because now the Americans are very sure they destroyed the relationship of the West and the Russians. So they are the ones that are now in good terms with the Europeans. So they can now supply the LNG gas. But the Europeans are also thinking of an alternative, which would be the pipeline that had to run through Nigeria, through Niger, through Algeria, onto Europe. But now, look at what the Americans are doing. These guys have gone behind and they're trying to make a settled deal right now with the Nigerians. Look at what has just happened. Everybody is talking about the human rights violations in Niger because of the coup. But the Americans are thinking, oh no, this is a good opportunity to make business. So the French are like, what are you doing? You're going to settle a deal with the Nigerian coup juntas? We are trying to fight them. So this is creating a big confusion within the NATO members, and they are beginning to fight themselves. I want you to take a look at this video.
Two European nations are at war, a war where the words exchanged are mightier than actual weapons. You'd be familiar with these two leaders. One, a nationalist prime minister whose coalition came to power with a thumping majority and her no-nonsense approach making the European Union uncomfortable. And the other, leading the largest nation in the European Union, promising a new era. Macron finds himself cornered thanks to a mountain of challenges staring at him. The Macron versus Meloni exchange has now taken a turn that's just more than indirect jibes. But why are the two even fighting in the first place? Hello and welcome. I am Shubhangi Sharma and you're watching First Post. Before we get into the details, let's look at Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's latest remarks.
Questo si chiama franco CFA. È la moneta coloniale che la Francia stampa per 14 nazioni africane, alle quali applica il signoraggio e in forza delle quali sfrutta le risorse di questa nazione.
Giorgia Meloni says that France exploits the resources of African nations. That is some serious talk by Meloni, whose disdain for France and Emmanuel Macron is growing by the day. With her latest remark, Meloni has hit out at France for the exploitation of African nations, that too on live television. And she doesn't stop there. Her concluding statement will make the theme of this tussle very clear.
Non è prendere gli africani e spostarli in Europa. La soluzione è liberare l'Africa da certi europei che la sfruttano e consentire a queste persone di vivere di quello che hanno.
Meloni has made it clear that African nations have to be freed from the clutches of European nations like France, who continue to exploit them for their own benefit. Meloni's statement comes at a time when France and Italy are engaged in a tussle over migrants for the last few weeks. And it all began with Ocean Viking last month, a rescue ship carrying 237 migrants, including 57 children.
And that's a production.
The Ocean Viking ship, operated by a French NGO, was at sea for nearly 3 weeks earlier this month. This was because Italy denied permission for the migrants to enter their territory. Mind you, a large number of these migrants belong to poor African nations, the same nations that Meloni spoke of earlier. After Italy rejected these migrants, France eventually took the ship in and called out Italy's government for its, and I quote, inhumane anti-migrant stance. Italy, on its part, says it's been handling a majority of the migrants' influx single-handedly, something that should ideally be divided among all European nations. According to the EU's official data, as of 2020, 1.92 million people migrated to the EU. In 2021, asylum seekers came from around 140 countries, with 632,000 applications lodged the same year. In reply to Italy's rejection, France suspended a plan to take in 3,500 asylum seekers currently in Italy. Now the European Union has been forced to step in and dial down tensions and not embarrass the bloc any further. But the two leaders don't seem to be in any mood to slow down. Expect more such blows going forward. This is because there is a fundamental problem with Europe's approach on migrants. It is the fact that the bloc has no concrete policy. Moreover, it has
Wow. I wish episode production Kayon Bebasuna Air Cancer in some way.
Post some conventions like this that migrants.
We are saying I buy no. Men another kind say, Ayon.
Yes, sir.
Video na you play and so here.
Yes, okay.
Good.
Very serious.
Europe na kasa say omu twa so say omu France for exploit Africa no. Omu say sisi the effect no omu feel it. Me na kan say akwala on da na dwo no. What you ask mama?
Okay. Akwala ma minna no. Don't jump on it too.
Sa na tie say we as there. Say also mama hon to me also hon do.
That is sir.
What you ask? Omo visa omo ye.
Yes.
Ebuaka omusim. Isi ade na.
Yes, Ebuaka.
Italy Prime Minister on Macron twa so say onja exploitation on the say na wama na immigrant no ba na eba or Italy into no. They are spending a lot of money. Britain so spending a lot of money dealing with the immigrant. France now all this adwuma no. Onje immigrant ni bia ono say onje but also now we exploit Africa, we former colony na immigrant no.
Yes.
Ba na eba no. What you say?
Nana ohwe Italy for no omudi say omukasa. Ohwe de woka na no krese the way France say exploit Africa. Na we exploit we nyamfa so free African so. Emu bi na di Niger ku yaba you.
Yeah.
Ku na aba nyina because of France.
Yeah.
The way and manner almost exploiting the Nigerian no. We produce uranium, no produce light to Mukuru. Now when we come to Nigeria, about 70% they need light them. So that is why in here I know say Nigeria cool. I know I know say we can find room so there. That is it. So
we better make sure room but your video you better about the reason why Okono omo ekono ye wo video ye be bonto de wo kan ye be bo video no
good so now no France entimi and can be because almost a say the Africa what check. Maybe Africa what check. It's a great thing to say no, maybe Africa. 1% of the GA. No, no, poor. I don't think 1% of the year may be then you stop coming to your country.
Yeah.
As for that, maybe a minute be home, I call me a pound for me be home. Now, 18 more percent. Then I eat for in free Africa. Come to Africa, the Francophone countries are France, colonizing your meaning. And the France, the same thing, I'm doing rebellion, Burkina for the rebellion, money for their rebellion against them, again for the same thing. So, and I see I could pay more in jail. So, me and me, the for so free African, we did African. We did African. When I was listening to one of the international special expert, or say, the Africa is to me SG moving from France in somewhere. The France economy, no. Number 2.
Jack Sherrod, I can no credit. And it's
number 2. So Africans is your son. We need to have France from the Soviet.
Na so money hwe amoni hwe Africa no
mo so mo person make
bon sisi ade Europe na kesa asore etia no Britain for asore etia no Italy for so asore etia say oba no tum so nya makro kra nko beto no twede
yes enti omo dimi nka so omo nwe
omo ni twa
o so bu mu na so omo ji immigrant no
sa because omo no nya
eso mo yes
yeah na ya fi
omo no nfa so kesi
afi yenhwe omo fa ne sai okuno omo okuno nyina no wo de video no me say wanye bi ahwe etiefo na kwa na hwe say bebo kakra okuno omo okuno nyina no wonim ne enti a ni je no omo okun entokwa no wo no
chirementi
ye fa ne sai un say Nord Stream pipe na e blow up no sisi ya ne yentumi hu say when e blow na obi appoint inside to America so omo no mo aye better evidence ne ma say ye hu so omo no mo aye o say when better why no be appoint ne finger ekọ because aseme ni adance ni twa ho na ye de ya adance ni pa think say there's no way say Russia obe blow na de abra emema na income until now hwe na ebe ye America for ne be dis adwuma bet ye nka say 100% your mom because evidence ni wo into no America the West no omo person omo cut off from Russia because omo believe we say Russia are powerful because of omo participating to omo natural resources into no and am no omo powerful no into no omo person omo cut off na uranium no so no baby omo nya bifi Kazakhstan so no untume emfa emma without Russia you have to pass through Russia and sana
Russia
it is still almost sashe Russia for any no
Russia
sa inti almost draw plan says sa na tie dia almost ebe build bi wo Niger ebe sha say Nigeria in worry Niger any Algeria Morocco then na ewura Italy na cha say I supply the whole Europe electricity na supply the whole Europe electricity enti anona Putin so hu sa okay say Putin so say US na blow no say mo blow na say mo kwabudi bi Africa ko ye cheaper there any ono so mpre ono so asene Wagner for abegu South Africa enti no kamu sam kakra che
well my answer ma ahwefo from soccer about atifo abekaya share busumi asena eyantie say ku asi ewo Niger I think say what the kind abobo nsam de bre so na ku ni e buy no the first announcement ECOWAS meeting mo ko mo de buy say o may invade Niger with a military force and no na ebeye ho a obia the continent outside obia kasa and when you go to Niger now say na obi kan Russia is in support Russia for ta Niger for chi and I hwe Niger hono so a ene Niger nko na yeku Mali ayebi Burkina ayebi Guinea ayebi and we had and Kuna Amana Kremije Oshiana Omina Empene the military deployment ECOWAS EPC Omede Omoye Edeko Nigeno because Kuna Omoye we say no one is supporting saying coup into democracy. We love our democracy and we still want to protect it. Papa Dachi. But when you look at who my Koso Nigeno, we probably for a year and a more Nigeno for no money. So they expect ECOWAS and
almost
diplomacy no be juma dialogue be juma na ebi amotine den a dialogue yi omo ye pe na Nigeria for twa omo kan ne
just see Algeria for
some kan ne
Algeria so omo
Nigeria for twa omo yes Nigeria kan ne say ama Nigeria part of Nigeria soon because of sanction omo dey amo you see until another 3 days ana almost about Ghana and one of the meeting about all the ECOWAS 15 countries comprised of ECOWAS and you mean about Ghana before no move for quite free dada move for aye ku amon sanction from ECOWAS so I can 11 na be kan the bag Ghana no 11 ni na kwa na we support of military intervention mo person mo dey echo Niger they talk say dialogue ebetimi aboa diplomacy mo ni mo ndi nkomo ni janta ni nkomo na fa ways mo be fa so dey etimi but the ECOWAS is sitting somewhere telling them say they should make sure say omo the President Bazoum asa be sia kunya so and this is what the janta and armies no hono so mo ntiase so now they've seen say the ECOWAS in some of more continue and Niger is having the support from Russia and other countries Burkina Faso Mali almost say Niger e yo muniem you see and okay resolution mo pass Nigeria kwa mo summit no they don't support Bola Tinubu military deployment on person mo in Nigeria because they thought said Nigeria and Nigeria most of the families no Fulani family be free Nigeria family be so Fulani family so I can say omo frafa omo wo abodo busua ho almost they have about 4 tribes in Nigeria is here now uko Nigeria omo one so they don't understand why Bola Tinubu one election kura why no election the problem over that's what called and the question alone for this was meeting
me twa no pipe na
yes
pipe na omo build the akon sha so Nigeria enwori what you asin to ono obeye sika to ono he's protecting the interest that the case no I say
so what people are saying they say yeah
o dey to aso ekwan be ma ye be bo video na cha ma
the Bible say why will you support or why will you fight your own African man I don't think say ko so one kasa wo yonko Africa so and now o ma close your borders they say here ECOWAS be fa ko they share Niger the west side of northwest side of Niger Algeria no omo Muslim omo Kremufo and over the northeast side of Niger Libya ebo over the east side Chad and Chad omo ba Ghana according to Intel because the Chad was supported the military intervention what they are saying is say dialogue on koso omo koso anu omo ndi nkomo enti and the ECOWAS and Penimu our Kasai Dr. Abdel Fattah Musa, one ECOWAS political peace and security commissioner. All the ECOWAS military chiefs meeting. Now, no Ghana had 2 days meeting. We are Kasai. Also, okay, now no, they will still continue. Until they almost message to more from they will continue with the dialogue. But if the dialogue now will continue with Niger, they have no option than to use the military. And they are saying, say, military not will deploy. No, they are not deploying on the good people of Niger. They are deploying it against the junta. And what people are saying is, to me,
it's going to affect Inipa etio man no more creativity.
That is it.
Refugee camp, refugees abeba mo ebeje omana.
Yeah. So, and you and crowd the krataba question ECOWAS of Fahudi or more tiatia Niger for. Fahudi or more tiatia. So people are asking, say, so on what basis grounds based on what they echo? And if you are more what people are saying, experts, ex-military men are saying, they say, ECOWAS and Nankasa and lack credibility. A more credibility issue. Because ECOWAS, Etio Manhama, Alasa Watara,
exactly.
are extended. I'm the constitution and run a title. Yes, why in look at ECOWAS only the new coin. This unconstitutional way, ECOWAS for much. ECOWAS for Ukuma Mutieno. Dear Namobe Africa. Good governance. Then a more has a bit me a coso. That is it. So people are questioning the credibility. ECOWAS moved now most of the coin. What to compare a man for changing constitution? ECOWAS more condemn. No condemn no. And so this is CB. Then you can general there. So this is a question among for ABC and Mr. Amissah, the way the judge for national award now, close to both border air or land borders now. Close to now. And because of that war, if that Ghana is a Jamie war, I ding. Jamie war ding or Ghana. Jamie war coso or Ghana because of the gentleman. Because Casa or call me Jay Kofan Jamie at the Bagana in our castle in our stop war.
Wow.
Many 3 days, I think somebody did come on. The thing is Shigana forecast 2. 2. What Shikano do bang? What Shigana car? Tell like 2. But could the Jamie neighbor, but also the base neighbor, Ghana. So you can imagine, say, just Russia. Ukraine war, thinking Ukraine have affected Ghana. That may that is why among for the air Kasenka, Oman Penny, Ghana for free, Glyphia, some attendance special Cote d'Ivoire, or Tara this year, Ghana for Bianco. I didn't think I made the English car, Oman Penny, Tasano Manasum. So, about the talk of the day.
Nyamenfa Professor Mills Cran say do fiasem. Na ye fa say sisi ana President Nana do no ye ECOWAS commissioner na.
Onye ECOWAS commissioner but ojinamo bindende obi a
onye ECOWAS commissioner ni
militaries ECOWAS military chiefs ni na abaye meeting ukuro de. No say you are in support of everything.
Yeah, but Argentina, one no ECOWAS commissioner is here.
Tinubu, Nigeria.
At the meeting, no one in Nigeria, no one make a decision to go. Now, my baby no Ghana, and Bibi about make as a Ghana, I can't want to know Ghana,
yes, and more, many public aside, no war. Because of this war, you will be Nigeria, I'm a friend of mine a bit. I say, and you are not Ghana president, the man leading on Nigeria or media until I say, Ghana for me, so we call radio, let's go defend it. So, that's now, shot picture, I share Nigeria for us, I say, in Pelmasan. So, that kind of relation, Nigeria for me, Ghana for me, Nigeria.
already almost a Ghana trust me no I Jenny omo twajatum.
Omo twajatum drebe ba ko be beans e ba ko so e de Jenny member. And this American me say we can not Jenny boy dey in Ghana.
Na to kwane mba ko no ma sha asi kuma yani.
Drivers need to Ghana here. Car need your machine drebe.
No.
The Ghana for the Africa obi person omo yan komaba. But because of the ECOWAS country, Nigeria for some person maybe on border. Omo very tight with the Russians. The Wagmans no say almost omo very tight. So ECOWAS so Bono. They are waiting. Because of that, I'm a man for huncho. Ghana for now could do now. Now the dangerous thing is say, oh back now, if you so where I will be tikra dia bano. Oh ba wa no be pieso ewo Boko Haram force. Omukura besa be proku. It is say. So you can imagine the trauma people FMO. So we are hoping. And during a meeting by ECOWAS, Omo Epeni, Dr. Abdel Fattah Musa, were the head of the military chief security commissioner. But they will continue with the dialogue, the diplomacy. And if it fails, almost say they won't come and say almost deployment of military to Nigeria, almost almost table so that's all the call. And they decided they said
no,
he will pull about 5,000 troops out with the call.
Now, when you ninety say Ghana, say I confirm so ebe deploy troops are now. What be bizarre?
Yes, that is it. Because the thing is, last I think it's about 3 days. No, I think it's Wednesday. No, the chairman of the Interior and Defense Committee of Ghana's Parliament, Honorable Kennedy Ohina Japan, and Central for Pinch on B say no. Or say yes, one person say Omonko fighting. The security of the nation. Na Omonko na ebiaba omonso. So musi anokwan. So the chairman of the Defense Interior Committee of Ghana's Parliament, Honorable Kennedy Japan, Atinya Kasa say yes, Openiso bia and the mental meetings are also. The government side media. They are in support. Say when it comes to say young kwa, they will deploy.
Now, ebi so I can say pipe here omo person omo de kwai. In the long run, so say ebi so can say ebi a Yakopon the Europe for no say san be hye yenum because omo build we so a time o come yenso betuma ka say mo anye we a ye we to the yenso ye betuma session off. Say ebi so can better yembo video no kakra bi ma ifefo na afa ewa 12 minutes ba yembo no nyina yebo kakra bi na afa etiefo na kasa ko YouTube no mo akọbọ mo ade no mo atie enti ma yembo kakra bi na amanfo hu pipe kra ye ka ho asem no production mo hwehwe man kakra na yemfa so ye pese etiefo ye hu no mo hu sa nya bosire ka rare asem na ye ka wa ha no.
Oh, sir. Some pipe
how this concern Russia, how this concern Ukraine, how this concern America, how it concern France, and how it concern the entire Europe, how it concern Nigeria, and how it concern ECOWAS and the Republic. This pipeline issue where they talk about the uranium and everything, this guy don't.
Yeah, but video no my tie for enko hu na later no man kasa ko bo mo de yeti ye boka krabi. Enti production bona amanfo hu video kra ye ka ho asem ne pipe kro no.
Analyze and give them clean breakdown. If you miss to watch this video, you will never understand exactly what is going on in the Niger Republic. You will never understand why Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the entire ECOWAS is pushing so hard on top this matter. What if you may hear me share and make other people get this information? This guy is brilliant.
Hope you're doing great today. Okay, so in view of the traumatic events rapidly unfolding in Niger Republic on the western side of Africa, I decided to see if I could do my little best to equip us a little bit with some knowledge and some understanding of what is really happening in that region, because I feel like it is time for those who know how to pray to begin to pray. But I also feel like you won't be able to pray effectively if you don't have a sufficient amount of information on what is really happening, so that you don't pray amiss, like we say in Christianity. Okay, so ever since this whole thing began to happen, the coup happened in July, I think it was July the 26th, and a new military regime was born in Niger Republic, and the guy who was there, Mohamed Bazoum, was ousted and, kept in his home, house arrest. He's been in detention ever since. And since that time, there has been a whole lot of activities. Like ECOWAS had given ultimatum that expired last Sunday and said if you don't restore or cede power to this guy, there could be some type of military intervention, and that didn't happen. Eventually, the ultimatum expired, and rather than cave to ECOWAS's threats and the pressure from international community, the military junta in Niger was even more emboldened by the number of people that showed up at the stadium to give them some love and cheer them up and thank them for delivering the nation from the stranglehold of colonial France. Can you imagine that? So the people are extremely happy with these guys who took over power from Bazoum. Now, if you follow me on Twitter and you have followed some of my posts, you will have noticed that every time we make posts about what really is the bone of contention, we keep talking about uranium because, of course, Niger Republic is one of the biggest suppliers of uranium in the world. Like, people are even saying that up to 35 to 40% of the uranium supplies that go to Europe come from Niger Republic. They also get uranium from Kazakhstan. It used to be also Russia. They get from Russia as well. In fact, I read a report recently that despite all the sanctions they slammed on Russia, that they did not slam Russia with any sanction on uranium export, because sanctioning Russia on export of uranium means that the whole of the European Union's energy need is going to be scrapped. They are going to be thrown into darkness big time. Yeah. So that even though they did not sanction Russia with respect to uranium export or shipment to Europe, they are making alternative plans to make sure that in the nearest future, they wouldn't have to depend on Russia to get the uranium. And so where are all the other alternatives and plan Bs they have? Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan gives them uranium. About 26% of the uranium supply to Europe is from Kazakhstan. But then the problem is that everything that has to do with the shipment of their uranium from Kazakhstan to Western Europe, it goes through Russia. So Russia is responsible. So without Russia, even though Kazakhstan has uranium for them, without Russia, they cannot receive the uranium. And now the next plan B they have is Niger Republic, because this uranium is very powerful. It is using nuclear reactors. That is how they are able to keep their energy alive in Europe. Now, Niger Republic is the next one. And can you imagine that a coup has taken place and the coup plotters are loyal to Russia, the same Russia that Europe is trying to run away from. And now they have now cut all supplies of uranium to France and America. Think about that. So we've been emphasizing on this, that this is the major bone of contention. But I want to bring you up to speed on something that I haven't really talked about. And that thing will shock you, because if you ask me what is the real bone of contention, it is the one that I'm about to talk about right now. Many of you heard about the Nord Stream pipeline underwater explosion. Nord Stream is the major pipeline that moves gas from Russia to Western Europe. right? And you heard there was a time that it was blown up. That is something that I would say is a major, massive dent on Russia's economy. It doesn't mean it crippled Russia, but it was a hit that Russia really felt. And guess what? Every single person, including Russians and many high-profile American politicians, pointed accusing finger at who? At the United States of America, and said it was America that blew it up. The United States of America has not officially taken responsibility for that, but everybody says it's America. Russia is 100% sure that it's America that blew it up. And when that was blown up, America now became the sole supplier, not sole supplier, but a major supplier of gas to Europe. Now, here is where Niger comes in. I want you to listen very carefully. Yeah? Now, that Nord Stream has been blown up because Europe wants to get away from Russian gas. Everything that Russia gives, they want to cut off from it. They want to have alternatives from other places. But here's what's going on. There was an idea that was going around since the 1970s that eventually came to a place of fruition somewhat in 2002. And I'm going to read you this now. There's something called Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline. The Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline, TSGP, also known as Niger Pipeline, and Trans-African Gas Pipeline, is a planned natural gas pipeline from Nigeria to Algeria. It is seen as an opportunity to diversify the European Union's gas supply, not France's gas supply, not Spain's gas supply, the European Union's gas supply. Now, what it means is that if this Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline actually goes through, that Europe does not need Russian gas anymore. So this idea of the Trans-Saharan Pipeline was first proposed in the 1970s. On 14 January 2002, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and Algerian National Oil and Gas Company, Sonatrach, signed the Memorandum of Understanding for preparations of the project so that it will begin. Then in June 2005, NNPC and Sonatrach of Algeria signed a contract with Penspen Limited for a feasibility study of the project. The feasibility
Betonka. Yes.
African Union because of this pipe must go on. It is
and they are accusing France and Americans say Omona Omo as Omo Shishe ECOWAS for next year Omo yes. That is what some people are saying. So let's wait and see.
How? Samon. Ye besere ye mampene nanado say on consider this no on take a right decision because ye mpese e be creating more refugees abegu Ghana na ye na mo na kasa ye ho kire ye ndada na asa ko create another refugee bioma asa abegu yeso ko hwe ECOWAS ya baby hodwo ana Ghana nti e ba e hwa no mo ba na we nso de untumi stop obi asa memma because mo ana makoka ntokwa no nti so mo ba you can't stop nobody na sisi ano e da no ye hu say Putin e de two bomber planes I could see South Africa.
Yes.
And here I so who say Matisa when I saw monitor flows that they won't say.
Yes, and okay. They say also Putin on the November J Niger cool you say Niger for the way be our best support to them. And I think say some of them know personnel maybe a war Niger and other mobilization more yet in case say ECOWAS for your imagine so more potential in Niger for so the be on make sure on condemn on everything free South Africa. That's why on shall say be on nyama e be go kakra parking on your surveillance because on person more closer in case of anything where they can rush quickly and intervene.
Wow. Utenka you know, a tear for near Adolfo near air coso no, and Tocano, I Bobby Bicacra, the actual one to the one Casano. Uwe to me akobo YouTube akako ti even JC Okechuku on analyzing Tocana the reason why in here and Tocana coso so about European Union. Omo gas pipeline, omo cut away from Russia and you know baby on benye bin or Africa. Into no near their direction according to Okechuku analysis or the buy in actually say you for na pushy African Union offense say ECOWAS for no say some gas pipeline and Maswa and I just say oh you will be darkness because Kazakhstan omunya beef you know you have to pass through Russia to get there. Russia so na omo say we enti no na na aircon enti no kwan bi aso no de enti kwan de la crise be ba so bet e bi so kan say ba so a e bi ana yakopon so de EU for no san African say biom because end there e ba so a time come African so betuma ka say mo ye we enti no yeso yedum no sa na manfo so ekeka enti no enti kwan na omo kono ase no gas pipeline no ade ni so be no into ono tinebu ne de ono protecting the interest because I didn't share safe in worry Nigeria also obenya cash into be protecting the interest na ye Ghana no na ye penny say e peso bi be kwakokan ye wo mi say ye union a we need to work together there but there are we be konya mfaso amfa mbere wo de nti na ado nwokwaji already na ese Ghana tracks bi no a eko ni je ko fa je ne ade ro mo tweja tumi dada na amanfo na etumi adwane ti ye besre president said this decision we no omon take no very very wisely and careful na ankofa asem amra ye ho no terrorists bi e ma Ghana African countries etwa enwa hia na ECOWAS terrorists akoko ye ne yenye bisa ye mpese obi abeba befa betototo bomb because of this thing ekoso ye besere papa yi ente ne penefo no hwe bibi yi ye nsaka ayo anka o de ne final word e ba ye nanka ye de jumede no ekonewe ayo ye ente no oba rap no apa amaya naja ye de jumede no akwawe ye
well ti ye beda ya hwefo re tiefo asese omotimi ene edi jumadie de
yeah too
and hochre bia complain about hochre bia complain so the best man penny say rather than one thinking about your welfare mum na o hweno to no ma no why because I say everywhere the BIS boys are system na hot the best way you say kakra you do ho
yeah that's iron yeah that's pa iron o ti anka ayo ti anka yeah, that's say
okay.
Your friend only ever bought and come on. Na ye hunto kwano ne ekoso Ghana to know yanko pomboa
because I share tea for boss update bia be bia no ye ma ye home tea before aso ensi ho ye do be din komo chiama kusuma me ho
okay
na chia a tea for na info ni na
okay
ye ma mu na
ye da say yanko pomboa next week yame boa
what me da say so yo me da say
bye
bye
Yada etiefo no yadofo no yahwefo home TV pay attention jumedie na ohwe ne ye breaking it down to kwa no ne ekoso Ghana e de ama ho nyame bo next week ye besan ahia yakra mo bye bye